Morning, all, and welcome to another edition of the previews and another bright sunny day outside, which normally means warmth, but in December it means quite the opposite. If there's cloud cover, you're like, yes, there's some warmth today, and if it's sunny out, you realize it's going to be really cold. And east of here, if it's sunny, it normally means you also get those easterly outflow winds. So those are nasty. There will be many a time that I'm glad to do what I do now. We'll just put it that way, rather than having to deal with the easterly outflows I used to deal with back in the day. All right, and if you have felt those outflow winds, it's not a lot of fun. Let's start things off with the Islanders in Tampa against the Tampa Bay Lightning. And the Islanders at 19-7-2, it kind of feels like that huge string of 17 games where they'd had a point in every single game. That's kind of forgotten. They're 5-4-1 now in their last 10. On the road, they're 7-5-1. That road record was affected by the swing they had through California. Tampa Bay, they're 14-10-3 overall. In their last 10, they are also 5-4-1, which means they've won half their games over the last 10, meaning they've looked pretty good in half their games over the last 10, and the other half, not as good. At home, they're 7-5-1 as well. So, the interesting thing about this is that I do think Tampa's set to go on a little bit of a run here. It's not going to take a lot, but it does mean they have to get some more out of their star players than they've been getting, and they do have to get that consistent effort that's been missing. Over their last 10 games, on the Islanders side of things, Barzal, 3 goals, 5 assists. Anders Lee, 2 goals, 2 assists. Nelson, 5 goals, 2 assists. And Cizikas with 1 goal. On the blue line, Nick Leddy, 5 assists for them. Pulock, 2 goals, 5 assists. Mayfield, 2 goals, 3 assists. Goaltenders, Varlamov, 3-1-1 with a .933 save percentage, and Thomas Greiss, 2-3 with a .910 save percentage. Greiss, his numbers have been down over the last 10 games. We'll see if that continues. On the Tampa side of things, Kucherov has 4 goals, 9 assists, 13 points in 10 games, which is why I don't talk about how he's struggling, because compared to the 128 points last year, sure, but nobody really expected 128 points again, right? I didn't expect a huge fallback, and I'm still not necessarily figuring that's going to happen, because last year he went on an incredible run from December forward. So he is about due for the run that he had last year. Johnson, 3 goals, 1 assist in their last 10 games. Cirelli, 4 goals, 5 assists, and Cedric Paquette, 2 goals and 2 assists. To round things out for Tampa. On the blue line, Victor Hedman, 2 goals, 8 assists. McDonough, 3 assists. And Sergachev, 4 goals and 3 assists on the blue line. In net, Vasilevsky, 4-3-1 record, .915 save percentage. Inconsistent overall. And McElhinney, 1-1 with a .914 save percentage. So this is going to be a close one tonight, I do believe. But I'm giving an edge to Tampa. That's the Tampa jersey. That being said, it should be a fun one overall if you want a game of the night category. This would be the one I would think in the East, and then we've got one that could be the one in the West going on later that night. Now, if you're not interested in that game, you might be interested in Columbus in against Capitals. And this should be a very American-looking game because of the colors these teams wear and all the stars and all that wonderful stuff that are on their jerseys. The Columbus Blue Jackets not feeling like stars right now at 11-14-4 over their last 6. They're 4-6, and they've lost 4 in a row. And they are definitely flirting with being completely out of contention because the Metro, it's so hard to get back into contention. On the road, they're 3-6-3, so their road record hasn't helped them either, only winning 3 out of 12. On the Washington front, it's all roses for them right now. 22-4-5. They're getting Backstrom back tonight. They're 8-1-1 in their last 10. A lot of those wins coming without Backstrom. Now they get him back. And at home, they're 8-2-4. So their home record, which was a problem early in the season, not a problem now. And Washington looks pretty good. On the Columbus side of things, Dubois, 3 goals, 3 assists in their last 10 games. Bjorkstrand, 2 goals, 7 assists. Nyquist, 4 goals and 3 assists. Foligno, 3 goals and 3 helpers to round out the forwards. On the blue line, Jones has 3 goals and 3 assists in their last 10 games. Ryan Murray has 1 assist. Gavrikov, 1 goal, 1 assist. In net, Korpisalo, 4 wins, 3 losses, 907 save percentage. Merzlikins, 3 losses and an 893 save percentage. On the Washington front, Ovechkin has 6 goals and 1 assist in their last 10 games. Vrana, 6 goals, 4 assists. Eller, 1 goal, 4 assists. Garnet Hathaway, 2 goals and 1 assist in their last 10. On the blue line, Carlson, who was the first star of the week for the NHL, 3 goals, 8 assists for him. Orlov, 1 goal, 3 assists, and Gudas with 2 helpers. Goaltenders, Holtby, 6-1-1 record with a 922 save percentage. Samsonov, 2-1 with a 921 save percentage to round things out for what is overall a very impressive looking Washington roster. This one, I don't see how Washington doesn't necessarily win it. That being said, Columbus does keep games close. They just don't quite have the offense, nor do they quite have the goaltending numbers to overcome what's usually deficits for them entering the third period. And we'll see how things turn out tonight. But this to me looks like one that could be, if there's a lopsided game on the board, this could end up being it. All right, moving along. Boston in against the Ottawa Senators. Now, while these two games start at 7 o'clock Eastern, the Ottawa game starts at 7:30 Eastern, 4:30 Pacific. Boston 24-6 in their last 10. They're 8-1-1, and on the road they're 8-3-1. And I've said this. I'm glad Boston's finally lost one in regulation at home. I think they got away with too many games where they weren't playing a full 60 minutes. Maybe weren't even playing 40. Now they're in against Ottawa, a team that could be tough to defeat in Ottawa. They're 12-17-1. Their last 10, they're 4-6, and at home they're 7-5. So Ottawa's playing some pretty good hockey, and despite the fact that their record is sub 500 in their last 10, don't take them lightly. Scoring over their last 10 games, Pastrnak, 8 goals, 3 assists for 11 points. I do think we're going through that cool down that I knew would eventually happen. Nobody's going to score 50 and 50. He now has 25 goals in 30 games, so that talk's going to go away. And I think it's really difficult to score 60 or more goals in the NHL any given season, especially when teams know they have to key on him, and teams have been keying on him pretty strongly over the last couple of weeks especially. DeBrusk, 3 goals and 4 assists in their last 10 games. He's been playing well. Corrali, a goal and 5 assists, and Bjork with a goal and 3 helpers. On the blue line, Chara, 1 goal, 3 assists. Krug, 2 goals, 4 assists, and Grzelcyk, 2 goals and 3 assists. Goaltending, Halak, 5-0-1 in their last 10 games with a 933 save, Rask, 5-0-1 with a 933 save percentage. Halak, 3-1 with a 944 save percentage. So their goaltending has been excellent over the entire season. On the Ottawa side of things, a little more uncertainty. Pajot, 4 goals, 3 assists, 7 points in their last 10. Duclair, 6 goals, 3 assists. He's been on an excellent run. Ennis, 3 goals and 3 assists. Logan Brown with a goal and 2 assists. The offense will arrive for Logan Brown. Shabbat, 2 goals, 5 assists on the blue line. DeMello, also 2 assists. And Zaitsev, 2 assists to round out the blue line scoring. Nilsson, 2-4 with an 877 save percentage. It's definitely been a tough run for him. And then Anderson's 3-2 with a 922 save percentage in the last 10 games he's been on the roster. So that adds up to a 5-6 record, but that's the last 10 games on the roster. Explaining why Anderson would have 11, would make it 11 decisions rather than 10 in their last 10. But yeah, for Ottawa, they're not making the playoffs. We know they're not making the playoffs, but they like to play spoiler. This could be an interesting one tonight. I'm not putting the magnet in there. I did that the last time Boston and Ottawa met each other. But Boston had better get their game together. They better play a full 60-minute game. I want to see a 60-minute game. We saw that a lot from them early in the year. They looked great. Over the last couple of weeks, there's been some skating along going on. And some bad habits. Because they know, we can just come back in the third. It's fine. We'll have those 5 or 6 really good minutes, and it'll make up for whatever else. Because Tuukka or Yarrow, they can just cover the net. And no, you can't play that way throughout a season. All right, moving along. Calgary in against Colorado. 6 o'clock Pacific, 9 o'clock Eastern. Calgary's 15-12-4. They are undefeated under their new coach, their interim coach. Last 10, they're 5-4-1. On the road, they're 6-9-2. This is a great test for how well Calgary's playing right now. And this is one of those ones that the Power Rankings board takes notice of. On the Colorado front, they're 19-8-2. They've won 6 in a row. They're 8-2 in their last 10. They're 8-3-1 at home. They're kind of healthy, kind of sort of. I mean, Makar and maybe Grubauer, although I understand. I mean, who knows, right? Who knows who's going to play any given night for Colorado? But no matter who's in the lineup, you can bet on a pretty good game for Colorado. So Calgary, despite whoever may not be playing tonight, don't take them lightly and don't think it's going to get any easier, because it doesn't. On the Calgary front, Lindholm has 4 goals in their last 10 games. Dubé, 3 goals, 2 assists. He's broke through nicely, actually. Gaudreau, a goal and 4 assists. And the lovable Toby Reeder, 1 goal, 1 assist, unless you're Bob Nicholson. On the blue line, Rasmus Andersson with 3 assists in their last 10 games. Noah Hannafin, scoreless, which is surprising. And Brody, a goal and an assist. In net, Riddick is 4-3-1 in their last 10 with a .915 save percentage. Talbot, 1-1 with an .871 save percentage. Talbot was pretty solid in their last game. Now, on the Colorado side of things, McKinnon, 7 goals, 12 assists, 19 points in their last 10 games. He's been kind of good. Comfer, a goal and 6 assists. Nichushkin, 4 goals and 2 assists. Jost, 1 goal in their last 10 games. On the blue line, Samuel Girard, 3 assists. Graves, 2 goals, 2 assists. Cole, a goal and 3 helpers. In net, Grubauer, 4-2 with a .912 save percentage. And Francouz, 3-0 with a .962 save percentage for him. So, overall, things look pretty good for Colorado, but Calgary's coming in on kind of a run. And if they win this one tonight, we're officially into a pretty decent hot streak, and they become not just in the running for a playoff spot in the Pacific, but they'll start turning some heads if they win in Colorado. So we'll see what happens there. Let me know your winners and your picks and all that wonderful stuff in the comment section below as always. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe if you're browsing your way through. You just happened upon this video. Thank you guys so much for watching, for all your support. I'll talk to you again soon.